Welcome back to Poetry and Police. My name is EVON Blake, ex-detective corporal of police, very experienced detective, served the Jamaica Constabulary Force for 22 years. Before I start talk about what I need to talk about today, first of all, let me give a shout out to all my subscribers, a shout out to all the members of the Jamaica Constabulary Force. Shout out to all my friends and families. Shout out to all the citizens in Jamaica who considers Jamaica home and would want Jamaica to be a better place. Now, if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, now it's time for you to do that. Remember, just click on the subscribe button below. Click on that bell so you can get notification anytime I upload a new video. On that note, let's get along with what I want to talk to you today about. First of all, let me address the matter of a new strategy that the Ministry of National Security has undertaken, which is a gun amnesty deal. I mean, I've never heard about this before, but I wonder sometimes whether our politicians are running out of ideas when it comes to solving crime. But the very source of solving crime is at their fingertips, and they're not even using that. They're not even using their power to implement laws or implement measures and arm the police with what the police need and assist the citizens of Jamaica with what the citizens needs to help the nation to prevent crime or even stop the escalation of crime to a certain extent. Now, the good minister is asking for a gun amnesty. Since the new fines was embarked upon in relation to gun charges, that people will get more mandatory sentences as it relates to illegal or being in possession of illegal possession of firearm, the charge being illegal possession of firearm, which is always followed by illegal possession of ammunition, which is actually two charges under the Firearm Act. No, the great minister is asking and is embarking upon an amnesty program that people can hand over their firearms without being charged. No, I wonder if the minister is joking, or I don't know what the minister is thinking. That really, minister, do you really think that anybody is going to hand over any firearms? In Jamaica nowadays, illegal firearms is a big business and they cost money. Everybody who's in possession of a gun nowadays in Jamaica illegally buys it. So nobody's going to buy their gun and then give it over to you. A gun that a man deemed protect him life. Because you have gunmen out there now who have firearms just to protect their lives. I know of that. Understand? And you have gunmen who have firearms specifically to create mayhem in the society, to be a terror to their community and a terror to the entire Jamaica. So therefore, I believe that these people, handing over their firearms, they will never ever do that. It would appear as if, minister, you don't understand this. I have recovered multiple firearms during my stint as a policeman in Jamaica. And some of these firearms, when I recover these firearms, the families or family of these accused men that was held with the firearm comes under extreme pressure. And when I say extreme pressure, I mean they have to pay for that firearm that their family, their sons or relatives were held with, because somebody has to pay for that firearm. Because firearm is a very expensive thing, and it's a must when it comes to crime and violence and gangs. And gangs is what is running most of the communities in Jamaica nowadays. Gangs. And for them to find themselves with firearm, they have to pay for their firearm, and they have to do a whole lot of robberies and stuff like that. The firearm is their way of living. The firearm is the way they wear expensive clothes and go to expensive parties. The firearm is the only means of which they have decided to live their life off. And I'm telling you, minister, nobody's going to hand over their firearms. So coming up with this amnesty thing, I don't even call it a try to remove illegal weapons off the street. What you need to do is stop wasting your time. Equip the police with all the equipments that they need to do their jobs, to recover firearms. You need to do, Minister. You sit down with the Commissioner of Police or the Prime Minister himself and work out some new laws and strategies how to police Jamaica. Now I see the Commissioner of Police talking about the whole crime issue and the new operation called Relentless. You know what I mean? If that is the name of it, and that he's reporting that it is effective and it's doing a good job and it's seen a reduction in crime. Well, if that is so, Commissioner, kudos to you. But apart from Operation Relentless, I mean, you have the regular local stations that have their fair share of crime and violence. Hunts Bay, Denham Town, Clarendon, you got Spanish Town area, all of those areas, Clarendon, some place, and Montego Bay, which is our major crime areas these days. And I am going to tell you, the relentless starts now, but it soon fades away. It always does. What you need to do, Minister, or the Commissioner of Police amongst you and his deputies, what you need to do is put more effort in fighting crime. Support crime fighters more. Train people more. Give them the equipment that they need. Invest more money in getting information from people, because people will give you information if they are being paid for that. So in terms of asking for amnesty, you will not get any firearm from off the street with this amnesty, Minister. But if you get informants, if you employ informants in these communities, have them on a payroll, then you will find these firearms that you're so asking for. And right away, then the police job will be easier. Not that a policeman's job is supposed to be easy, because nothing about policing is easy. Policing is all about controlling the nation and controlling the criminal elements in any country, which is always a hard task. That's why policemen are always stressed out. It's a job that you don't get enough rest and you don't keep a good family life. That's a policeman's job. It's not just a job, it's a service to the nation, it's a service to the people of the country. So asking for this amnesty, Minister, I don't even know where you're going with that. I mean, I won't even say that's a try to get the guns off the street. Please come up with some other ways and means to get the guns off the street. Living in a information era. So that is what you need to be embarking upon, Minister. You need to be embarking upon all the technologies that the police department need to find these firearms. You need to have good surveillance going every day in most of these communities, these volatile communities. Or when crime escalates in a community, gang warfare, then that's the time then you make sure that surveillance is in that area. So as a result that you can get some of the guns off the street. Because that is what I used to do. Whenever there's an area that there's gang violence erupting in, that's the area that you police the most. That's the area that the strong contingent of police officers, or the most serious police officers, the most dedicated police officers are supposed to be posted. Because you have police officers who will not lift their hands up. They will always be working to stop crime. And you need to identify these men. You need to identify these police officers in the Jamaica Constabulary Force at every local station level. And you need to promote these men, and you need to put these men in charge of teams in their various divisions so they can suppress the crime in the area, so they can recover the firearms that need to be covered in the area, so that they can arrest and take off these criminals off the street that needs to be moved off the street. Because let me tell you something, as a policeman I working at Hunts Bay, in the Hunts Bay division, there's always a set of police officers who will go the extra mile. Donovan McCoy, Ruben Gunter, police like those, Christopher Porter, Bobby Reds, police like those, and you still have police like those in the job. that will go the extra mile to stop crime and violence, that will go the extra mile to dig out this boy out of the rat holes that they're hiding in, because guess what? We are the ones who know them. We search for them on a daily basis. I can remember when I was working at the Seaview Gardens police station. A robbery was reported to me. And I can remember that the guy whose name was Pangman, who robbed a Rastaman who sells drums and shot the Rastaman. Luckily, the Rastaman, during the ordeal, faked his death. And upon faking his death, they left believing, Pangman and his crony left believing that the Rastaman was killed. The Rastaman happened to come to the station. We brought him to the hospital after we got the call, and I started the investigation. Now, my investigation led me to the suspect Pangman, who I started to search for. Now let me tell you something. From day one of that report, I never stopped searching for that guy. I go out every day and I search for that suspect every day. And everywhere he slept, I found it. He slept in the bushes, I found it. Everywhere he slept, everywhere he moved to, I found it. And he ran to a next place again. I found that again. I never stopped until he was caught. No, you have police like that. I was like that, and you have many more police like that. They will not stop until the report that they receive and the investigation is complete and somebody is arrested and charged. You have police like that. So what you need to do, Minister, along with the Commissioner of Police and the various head of departments and the various head of stations, you need to identify those kinds of policemen and women. And then you need to put them on special teams to work in their divisions, because guess what? They are so dedicated to solve crime and to work. And at the same time, you need to cause these police officers to be promoted. It's like, you have a dog at your house. The dog does something good. You give him a bone. You give him a bone. You encourage him to work hard. But when a policeman is working as hard as he is, and he looks around him and he sees some people not doing anything, sit down in the general office every day, sit down in the police station every day, not running down any criminals, not arresting and charging anybody, not risking their lives for the organization or for the people of Jamaica, but yet still they are being moved up through the ranks, then that man must feel some kind of way. And comes a time that man will say, listen, I don't care anymore. So as the Minister of National Security, you need to sit down, have a talk with the Commissioner of Police, a very serious talk. And the Commissioner in turn need to address his deputies. Address Mr. Stewart, because he knows about these things, but he's so hypocritical that he's not concerned with crime fighters, and he's not concerned with police officers who work hard. His only concern is the admin department, who failing all the police officers in the Jamaica Constabulary Force as far as I am concerned. Because administratively, the Jamaica Constabulary Force, that is crap. Administratively, nothing happens for police officers administratively. A policeman has to fight for benefits, fights for everything that he needs, and we have an admin department to do that for us. So, what is the job of the admin department? So, Mr. Stewart, you are the admin sleuth. They say you are the best when it comes to admin. So how come the admin department has so much holes and are not doing their job? That's the question. But that is for another day, to talk about you and your admin faults, even though they say you are the greatest. The Commissioner of Police, what you need to do, you need to stop paying attention to people like Stewart. And you need to pay attention to people like SSP Fletcher, who's interested in fighting crime and interested in reducing the crime in Jamaica. You need to pay attention to people like Detective Inspector Gunter of the Huntsby Police Station, who have dedicated his whole entire life in fighting crime and getting these creatures off the street. Because if you do not have police officers, or if you do not support the police officers that are fighting the crime, who are willing to fight the crime, and who are willing to cause to create the deduction in crime in Jamaica, or to even stop crime in Jamaica, then what are you doing as the Commissioner of Police? If you are not investing in these people, if you are not calling these people to meet them personally and find out their needs, if you are not promoting these people, then what are you expect to happen? Look around you, Commissioner of Police. Look around you, who are in the higher ranks. Look, good, around you, who are in the higher ranks. People who are barely doing anything when it relates to crime and violence. People are just wearing the uniform and posing up, getting free car to drive and all these things. While the real man out the street, the way I do the work, I risk him life and I destroy his family life, is not going anywhere. These are the things that you need to address. As you know, have a little one deduction in a murder today when you run come on TV, come talk like you not do no work, you not do nothing. Because if you have 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 murders less this month, that is no job. That is doing nothing. What we need is actual clear-ups. Actual detectives will go out there and find live suspects and actually convict them. That's what we need in the Jamaica Constabulary Force. We need police that are so convicted to the job. We need some Joseph Messan back in the job. Understand? That's what we need in the job. We need people who are dedicated to the job. So when the Minister of National Security comes on and talking about amnesty, gun amnesty, you must be running a joke. Because who carry gun come give you? I must joke here run. The only way you'll get the guns off the street is if you put the right police in the right position. You promote and put the right police officers in the right position. Is if you invest in the police officers who are actually interested in fighting crime. That is the only way you can get the guns off the street. When I was on the job, I recovered all 4 guns in a 2 night. That was no amnesty. That was patrolling. That was dedication to the job and dedication to the people of Jamaica. Why I was able to find 4 guns in a 2 night, 2 guns in a 1 night, 3 guns in a 1 night. That was no amnesty. That was hard work and dedication. And that is the only way forward in getting the guns off the street. Yet nobody's now carrying a gun come give you. And don't even think about paying the man to carry a gun come and so your amnesty don't look like it failed either. So, Minister, you're not going to get any amnesty from anybody. Nobody now coming can hand up and no gun give you free. Tell me if you get none yet. Because these men on the street, guns are more valuable than the lives of their children. Guns are more valuable to them than their own lives. That is what you need to understand when it comes to gun in Jamaica. You know, man, gangsters and gunmen, gun are them livelihood. That put money in them pocket. That them use for rob and thief. That them use for murder people to create a status of creating more money. Because most men in Jamaica now are gangsters. They are hitmen. They kill people for money. And everybody know that. Because the rich people hide behind their money and they make the youth them from the ghetto to them ready and pay them. That is how Jamaica is right now. So you're not going to get any kind of amnesty, Minister. What you need to do, like I said to you before, what you need to do is invest in the good police officers in Jamaica. Find them. Go to the various stations and find out which police are work. You and the Commissioner of Police. Identify the hard workers them. Promote the hard workers them. Give them equipment. Put them on teams. So they are always on the streets. Apart from myself, when I was at Huntsby, there was a police by the name of Dread who recover firemen on a regular basis. That man takes it very serious, just like I did. So if you go on the street, the whole thing of going on the street is to recover firemen, take criminals off the street. And you have police like those. So what you need to do is invest in police like those, promote them, man them. Put them on a pedestal, lionize them. Because those are the workers of the Jamaica Constabulary Force. Those are the people who can stop crime and violence in Jamaica if they are supported. So what? You go walk around and promote some little man because they go do degree and they are on accelerated promotion programs. And yet still, they can't put a dent in crime and violence. Jamaica has, right now, Jamaica Constabulary Force have more people with degree than they did in like probably 10 times the amount of people with degree than we have 5 years or 10 years ago. And yet the crime problem in Jamaica is escalating more. Because they're all managers. None of them are crime fighters. That is the issue. You know, none of them are crime fighters. The only thing they can do is come on social media and do a proper interview. When you ever say the real shot out the road or the real man who did the work can do an interview, he probably don't want to do that. Because he don't like that. He wants to work under the shadows. He wants to work and stop crime and violence. That is his only intention, not the media. And the Jamaica Constabulary Force, like I've said before, is becoming a catwalk. It can be a modeling thing going. One time, modeling thing was just some man have gun in a waist and then fire it. Now everybody in the Jamaica Constabulary Force are model. People are just walking around as if there's no crime and violence happening in Jamaica. Police officers are walking around as if the Jamaica Constabulary Force are joke thing. Like man just come to show off and put on the uniform and show off with gun in a waist and drive pretty car. That is how the that's what the Jamaica Constabulary Force has become. You don't have the real police out there like Hawks and them man who did some hard work. Like Christopher Porter who did some hard work. And like Inspector Gunter, Detective Inspector Gunter. Those kind of people who does hard work and is still doing hard work up until now. And will never stop working hard. You have police like those. So when you're talking about amnesty, Minister, please stay away from that, please, and take down that. Because that is not going to go anywhere. What you need to do is invest in good police officers. Support good police officers. Find them, invest in them, and let them keep working. Promote them. That is what you need to do. You need to sit down with the Commissioner of Police, and you need to brief the Prime Minister on what you are going to do. Because that is the only way forward in solving Jamaica crime problem, is let the good, hard-working, crime-fighting police loose. Promote them and let them loose. Promote them and them. Those are the police officers should be walking around with 3-stripe and then shoulder and in an inspector uniform and those things. Those are the police should get DSP crime and DDI. The hard-working police officers them. Not the little ones them will just come to work, come hold one bench and go back at the yard and don't care about the people in Jamaica and don't care about Jamaican crime problem. That is all I am saying to you, Minister. You need to support the good crime fighters in the country. And that is the only way forward, my brother. Now we have the judicial system to deal with too. Because when good police arrest people and carry them before the court, the judges are releasing the men. You have a few judges where you bring your gun cases to who actually believe in law and order in this country. Sometimes a judge release your suspect under some kind of technicality that you as a detective cannot even begin to understand why. But guess what? That's bigger than you. Because we are always of the understanding that judges are corrupted too. Police officers are corrupted and judges are corrupted. You understand? So people can be corrupted. Every organization have bad apples. Judiciary, police, politics, banking, every organization have corrupted people. So we understand that. But at the same time, even though a judge might let go of you, we still put some in prison. Because right now, me have over 30, 40 men in prison same way. Understand? Because of the recovery of my firearms them. Because I hardly lose a case. I have to big up some of these judges sometimes, like Mr. James, Mr. Cook, McIntosh, you know, people like those who actually serve the judiciary and actually mean law and order good. Nobody invests in good police and then you go talk about you want crime to stop. You people do not want crime to stop. And that is basically it. I am going to tell you people the raw truth as God loved from heaven. You politicians in Jamaica do not want crime to stop. I always say that crime pays, but who benefits? Who benefits but the people in high places? Nobody investigate them. Financial crime is not doing nothing about them and how they get their properties and how they get their monies. Because as soon as they join politics, they become rich. And nobody is not investigating them. People are investigating police officers who doesn't even have anything. But yet, you're not investigating these politicians. How them get big house from? How them get them big car they drive from? Nobody now investigate that. Because once you have money in this country, nobody now investigate you. Them investigate the poor man. Who they can run around? Nobody else. Under the laws, under the Constitution, then Jamaica will never be able to